Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be diving into a topic that's, well, pretty important to me.
Yeah.
The future of music streaming.
Yeah.
So imagine this, like a world where, as a listener, you have like a direct connection with your favorite artists. And on top of that, those artists actually get paid fairly and instantly for their work.
Wow.
So that's
pretty good.
the promise of Tune.fm.
TuneFM.
It's a brand new platform that's been making some, well,
some noise.
yeah, some serious waves in the music biz.
I'm intrigued.
So we're basing our deep dive today on this super interesting article from Muziek.
Okay.
It's titled De Toekomst van Streaming Music.
Which means?
Yeah, the future of streaming music.
Catchy?
And it came out pretty recently, November 9th, 2024.
Oh, wow. So just the other day.
And get this.
What?
This article is making a pretty bold claim.
Oh.
That Tune.fm could actually be like...
a future.
Yeah, the future of music streaming.
Wow. Okay, so is this like...
What is it all hype?
Yeah. Is it just like,
Or is there something
revolutionary
going on here?
Yeah, that's what we need to figure out.
That's what we're going to be unpacking today.
Okay, I'm ready.
So...
where do we start?
Well, this article does a good job at laying out some of the biggest challenges that artists and listeners are facing in the current streaming world.
I mean, it makes sense to start there.
It talks about how platforms like Spotify, well, yeah.
Convenient.
Super convenient.
Yeah.
They haven't exactly been the best for artists.
Right. We've all heard the stories about like
payouts.
Yeah, those tiny royalty checks.
Waiting forever to get those checks.
Yeah, and like no transparency.
Ugh, it's frustrating.
No transparency at all about where the money goes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the article really highlights that.
Makes sense.
So for a lot of artists...
especially those just starting out.
Especially, those up-and-comers.
Streaming revenue alone, it's not really enough to,
to survive.
Yeah, to even pay the bills.
Let alone make a living off their music.
Yeah, it's tough out there.
So then comes TuneFM.
Okay, so this is where TuneFM comes in.
Yeah, and it's claiming to be like this...
fairer alternative.
That's it.
Interesting.
Fair alternative.
So how does it work?
So their big idea is to use blockchain technology and this cryptocurrency called Jam to like cut out
the middleman.
The middleman. And create a direct link between the artist and the fan.
That's a pretty big shift.
Huge shift.
I mean, if it
with TuneFM is successful, this could really give artists more control over their earnings and their creative output.
Oh, wow.
It could like totally
change the game
completely.
Yeah, this is getting interesting.
So think of jam tokens.
Okay, jam tokens.
Like coins that you use in a musical arcade.
Oh, okay, I like that.
You buy these coins.
Yeah.
And each song costs a certain amount to play.
I'm following.
The best part is...
what?
The money goes straight to the artist. Without some huge cut going to...
a streaming giant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a huge difference.
So for artists, Tune.fm offers some pretty incredible perks.
Like what?
We're talking 10 times.
10 times.
Higher payouts per stream than Spotify.
That's massive.
And the payments are...
don't tell me.
Instant. No more waiting months.
That's huge.
To see any return on your music.
I mean, for artists who are used to waiting forever.
So like minuscule amounts.
To see that impact immediately.
Yeah.
Not just in terms of like fans listening, but
real-time earnings.
Real-time.
That's got to be so motivating.
It's like a virtual tip jar.
Yeah.
After each performance. I love that analogy.
And there's more. Yeah. Artists can upload and release their music directly on Tune.fm. No delays.
No delays.
No gatekeepers.
So they have control.
Total transparency on their earnings.
Okay.
And maybe most importantly,
let me guess.
They can build direct relationships
with their fans. This is amazing for artists.
Right.
But how does this blockchain system actually work?
So let's break that down a little too. FM uses this prepaid listening model.
Prepaid.
With those jam tokens we're talking about.
The jam tokens.
So you buy a certain amount of jam.
How much are we talking?
The article says the minimum purchase is 380,000 jams.
Okay.
Which is about 20 euros.
Okay, that's not bad.
And those tokens get used up.
Gotcha.
As you listen to music.
So it's like...
like buying credits.
Yeah.
for a digital jukebox.
That makes sense.
Tune.fm takes a 10% transaction fee.
10%.
Which compared to
Spotify's 30%.
Spotify's 30%.
That's way better.
It's pretty reasonable.
So it's good for artists.
But how does it actually work for the listener?
The listener. Yeah, like...
Is it just for... Is this only for people who like
the hardcore indie music fans?
Or does it
have
appeal to like...
Yeah, broader appeal.
A wider audience?
Exactly.
Well, the article actually goes into like a real-world review of the platform.
So they actually like...
Right.
Yeah, they use TuneFM.
Even.
And get this.
What?
They bought a song collectible.
A song what?
A song collectible.
Okay, wait. So it's like a mix of investing?
Yeah, music streaming and investment.
Okay, that makes me a little nervous.
I know.
How does that even work?
So imagine, like, you love a song.
Yeah.
Like, you really love it.
I have a few of those.
And you want to, like...
Own a piece of it?
Own a piece of it, yeah. So with song collectibles, you can actually invest in a song.
Okay.
And as more people stream it, you get a cut of the revenue.
It's like you're a...
Like a mini investor.
Yeah, a micro investor.
In the music.
In the music you love.
Okay, I get it now. That makes a lot more sense.
But it does raise...
But how do they determine the value of these collectibles?
That's a great question.
Like, what if the artist
now, they like
falls out of favor?
Or there's like a controversy.
Yeah.
Does the value tank?
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah. Those are definitely like risks to consider.
Yeah.
I mean, blockchain is exciting, but...
It's complicated.
It can be complicated. The article didn't really get into...
Yeah, they didn't really get into...
The nitty-gritty.
The specifics of valuation.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something to keep in mind.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so going back to...
The user experience.
Yeah, like
Reviewers seem to have kind of a...
Mixed experience.
Yeah, mixed bag.
But good and bad.
They love the idea of supporting artists directly.
Like cutting out the...
Yeah, the middleman.
And they like that TuneFM was... Transparent about where the money was going.
But they did run into some usability issues.
Which
makes sense for a new platform.
Yeah, it's still early days.
But if they want to compete with the big guys...
They're going to have to fix those.
Yeah, they're going to need to make it more user-friendly.
For example, they said the Android app was...
Clunky.
Kind of clunky. And there was no...
No Chromecast support.
Ah, that's annoying.
I know, right?
Especially these days when we're so used to seamless streaming.
Like everything just working.
And those little things.
Those little frustrating.
Can really make you...
Yeah, they can.
Not want to use an app.
Deal breakers.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, and then there's the limited.
Music catalog.
Yeah.
Which you touched on earlier.
I mean, it's great to discover...
An artist.
New artists. But sometimes you just want to listen to...
What, your
favorites.
Yeah, the classics.
So you might not find, like...
all the mainstream artists on there.
But you will find a ton of independent music.
And you'll be supporting them.
Directly. With every...
Listen.
It's a trade-off.
It is a trade-off.
For sure.
But even with all that...
The reviewers still saw the potential.
They were really impressed with the
prepaid model.
Yeah.
And how it could...
Change the way artists get paid.
Change the game.
Exactly. Because it's not just about a different platform.
It's a different
approach. Approach to music streaming.
Instead of paying...
Yeah, like a flat fee.
For that monthly fee.
For this massive library.
You only pay for...
That you actually listen to.
And the money goes.
Straight to the artist.
Like going back to the days of...
Buying albums.
Yeah, individual songs or albums.
Yeah.
But with all the digital perks.
The accessibility.
And the artist interaction.
It's really cool.
And the article gives an example.
The real world example.
Of how this plays out.
Yeah.
In terms of earnings.
Remember Jelly Palusma?
The former frontman of...
Daryl Ann?
Yeah.
He released his
solo album?
Solo album.
On TuneFM.
On Tune.fm.
And the article says he's making like 0.043 for each play of his 4-minute song.
Yeah.
That's like 10 times more than Spotify.
For the same...
Yeah. For the same amount of listening.
Exactly.
That's wild.
It's a huge difference.
So it seems like TuneFM has a lot.
A lot of potential.
Even though it's
still new.
Still a work in progress.
Yeah.
The question is...
Can they overcome...
Yeah, can they overcome these
hurdles?
And actually become a real...
Yeah, a viral...
alternative to the big guys.
That's what we'll dive into next.
Exactly. We'll see if this could actually reshape the music industry as we know it.
So TuneFM, right?
Yeah.
It's this super interesting platform.
Definitely.
With tons of potential, but still...
It has some like...
Yeah, some hurdles to overcome.
Some challenges.
So it makes you wonder, like, is this really...
Is this the future?
The future of music?
Or is it just like a cool experiment?
It's a fad.
That might just...
Yeah, fade away.
It's hard to say right now.
Too early to tell.
But what's exciting is that
yeah,
it's challenging the status quo.
Like shaking things up.
Yeah, they're bringing new ideas.
And it forces us to like...
Yeah, to really think about...
How we consume and value
music.
Exactly.
Like what if?
Yeah, what if there's a
better way?
A better way to do this.
Even if Tune.fm doesn't become like...
the top dog.
Yeah, the king of music streaming.
It could still inspire change.
Yeah, like across the whole industry.
Absolutely.
Imagine if they get enough...
artists and listeners on board.
Yeah.
It could put pressure on...
those other platforms.
the big guys.
To offer better payouts.
To be more transparent.
Yeah.
Competition is good.
It is. It pushes everyone to
innovate.
To be better. A rising tide lifts all boats.
Exactly.
Even if you personally...
yeah, even if you stick with
Spotify.
Or Apple Music or whatever.
TuneFM being there. Could still have a positive impact.
Yeah, a ripple effect.
On the whole music ecosystem.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. It really highlights how important
Yeah.
experimentation is.
Even if it doesn't.
Yeah, even if it's not an instant success.
Yeah.
It could still lead to something bigger.
Influence things in unexpected ways.
Okay, so what does all this mean
Yeah.
for you, the listener?
For the average music fan?
You have a choice.
Yeah.
Stick with what you know.
Familiar.
The platforms you're used to.
Or be a part of something new.
Something that could
change the industry.
for the better.
Yeah, but it really comes down to...
a personal choice.
yeah.
There's no
Find a wrong answer.
right answer.
It depends on what you value.
What are your priorities?
Exactly.
Maybe you're all about supporting.
Yeah, those independent artists.
You're willing to deal with...
a few hiccups.
Yeah.
Along the way.
Overway.
Or maybe you just want...
Yeah, a massive library.
easy access.
And a seamless experience.
So...
at least now you know.
yeah, now you're aware.
You have the information.
You can make that choice.
To decide what's best for you.
So our final takeaway
Yeah.
for you today...
take some time.
explore Tune. FM.
Yeah, check it out.
Even if you don't. Become a diehard fan.
Become a convert.
It's worth... yeah, you might find
some new...
some amazing new music.
experience a different
way
of streaming.
of interacting with music.
And who knows?
Maybe you'll...
You might end up loving it.
yeah, maybe you'll be drawn to this vision
Of a more equitable...
at a centralized
Right.
music industry.
It's definitely a possibility.
So maybe
Yeah, just making
you'll be a part of, like...
the change.
yeah, the generation that
It redefines how we...
listen
that too.
music.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
And until next time.
Keep those ears open.
And those minds curious.